My motto is one girl at a time. If we start with just one thing and we build on that, I think that makes a whole big difference. When we started out, we didn't anticipate having 1,000 children here. Our goal was to reach one child at a time. The whole idea was to find a safe place for them, some place for them to express their talents and their giftings, and also a positive environment for them to be in. I do the work that I do in my community because I see that they can become more than they are. I can see that they will be great in this community. I can see born leaders. And one thing I can say, the change in them has affected their families. If we started something small, it grows, and we have a greater impact on the community as a whole. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
At Centerville, I'm LaDawn Davis. This is ZNS.
It's time for Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. It's Grand Bahama's best talk show, highlighting all of the positive things happening in Freeport.
Look forward to our special guests each week that will tell you about events, activities, and initiatives that are making a remarkable impact on our community.
You'll also hear from local business owners and get a heads up on deals and special promotions. It's time to Focus Forward. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, sponsored by the Invest Grand Bahama unit of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. My name is Glendia Sweeting, Manager of Quality Assurance and Special Projects, and I am joined by a special co-host again today. Thank you for coming back, Ms. Claudine Pinder, who is the Business Retention Officer at Invest Grand Bahama and the Business Development Department at the Port Authority. It's so good to have you join me again.
It's a pleasure to be back here once again.
I know you love to be with us at the round table.
Of course.
Okay. and of course, we're still waiting on that lady, Alex. If you see her somewhere, tell her, let her know.
Yes.
We're waiting to hear from her. Where is Alex? Kind of like, where's Waldo, right?
I know, right?
Where is Alex?
I know where she is.
So we understand she's somewhere around the world, and so at some point she's going to pop up and we'll be able to re-engage with her and we'll see how things go. But in the meantime, we are wanting to have a wonderful day today because we are talking about the upcoming City Rush, the City Rush, which is a community Junkanoo rush out that is about the 70th anniversary celebration of the city of Freeport, and we are so excited to have guests joining us today to tell us all about it, and I'm looking forward to speaking with all of them, especially those from the Junkanoo groups.
Yes.
We want to hear a little bit of that banter, what's coming up, what we can expect. But of course, we want to speak to all of the organizers. Yes. We want to hear, you know, what it really takes to make this happen. And so many people have worked so hard to make it happen for the community. So you are invited. Make sure that you come out this Saturday
at 7:30.
I tell them 6 o'clock. If you want to see and you want to sit down, you need to be on Explorers Way at 6 o'clock. But we'll see how things go. Just make sure you come out and have a wonderful time. So without further ado, I certainly need to welcome our wonderful guest here with us today, Miss Fatima Zara Kaboub, who is... Hello.
Hi, I'm ready.
Yes, you are. Someone told me that you were in the Junkanoo Shack last night. Is it true?
I certainly look like it. Yes.
Certainly glad to have you. 70th Anniversary Committee, of course.
Yes.
We know that when we look at all of the creative things that's been happening within the city over the last 2 years in particular, you sit on a lot and chair many of those particular areas, those organizations, and so we're happy about the creativity and the time and the energy and effort, and also we're really happy about the partnership with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. And of course, I have to welcome, certainly not for the first time, you know, we are always trying to get her here, but she's always very busy, but we have her today, Dr. Talina Smith, who is the Director of Human Resources at the Grand Bahama Port Authority and also one of the leaders on the 70th Anniversary Group. Welcome to Focus Forward.
Thank you for having me.
It's certainly a pleasure. And of course, you know, when we talk about Junkanoo, and we talk about culture, you certainly cannot do it without mentioning the name Norris Bain, who is the Deputy Director at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and he is also on this committee for this fantastic event that we're having on Saturday of this week. Mr. Bain, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Certainly a pleasure to have you guys. This is an exciting time.
Yes, it is.
Freeport is 70, guys.
I know,
amazing.
we're so excited. We're all really exciting. As you know, we're sort of, it's going to be my birthday on Friday.
Okay.
Wow. So just went to tell the
Happy
whole world.
early birthday. We should have had a cake in here.
The point of it is,
Cake and champagne.
I'm definitely rushing on my birthday. Don't you think? It's the best present.
That
when
is
people
amazing.
give to one's
Celebration
life.
ever.
Don't you think?
Best
Yes.
celebration
Absolutely.
ever.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. So I
Amazing.
will be rushing with Dr. Smith, possibly. If I twist
Okay.
her arm
Yeah.
and
Nice. So everybody's going to come out in their
convinced
costumes
me,
and,
yeah.
and hit the road. Explorers, wait, pull out your cameras, right?
Yeah.
But it is super exciting. I mean, we are all so excited, completely taken by it. So
Mr. Bain is laughing. He'll have his camera out, I'm sure. Let's make sure we capture these moments. So it's so wonderful to hear about, you know, this celebration and this rush out, but we don't get to hear about these things often. I can't tell you a time when someone would sit down and say, hey, you know, we're going to celebrate Freeport's birthday in such a big way. So what inspired this particular event? How did it all come together, Ms. Kabul?
well, I mean, I think Selena will talk about it on behalf of the Port Authority, but I think it's sort of 70 years is such a huge milestone in one's life. Like if you were a person who have 70 years, it's just such a huge milestone. And, you know, we couldn't pass another decade without celebrating it. And then you think to yourself, well, what do we do? The whole committee was sort of talking about how could it be celebrated? What do we do? What's powerful enough, but also that includes everyone in a community, you know, because it's not just a celebration for the Port Authority.
Right.
It's a celebration for the whole city. I mean, this is a city that was built from scratch 70 years ago.
amazing.
So, and, you know, we stand on the shoulders of so many people.
Right.
So it's, that's why it was so important, because, you know, you've got obviously the new generation of Junkanoo leaders, new generation Junkanoo groups, actually, with younger blood. But it's, so it was just, what do you do to bring everyone together? And I think Junkanoo is what's so quintessentially Bahamian in a way. It's just the colors, the rhythm, the sort of the community spirit, the fun, the competition. I mean, it's quite you know, couldn't be a better way of doing it.
So we're going to have a great time.
Absolutely.
You're going to be there.
Sure.
We will all be there.
I would have loved
looking
to be on
forward
the
to
street.
seeing- Yes.
You would
Looking- Maybe
telling
next
you, it's
time.
very-
You're probably going to be working, so I mean, we'll enjoy it from the sidelines.
rushing between interviews.
There you go.
I'm telling you,
I
it's
think
very
I had
contagious.
I think I had
Everyone
a-
wants to rush. I mean,
Yes.
this is it.
I had enough rushing to win the Red Cross ball this weekend.
So I heard the Red Cross ball was pretty good, and we also want to congratulate them again as well on a wonderful event, great fundraiser for the community,
Yes.
and also very important for the 70th anniversary of Freeport, because they do a tremendous job day in and day out. So that was some good stuff, definitely.
Yeah.
So she rushed at the Red Cross ball.
Didn't I?
But
You
we
did really well, actually. I was very proud.
So we can bring Mr. Bain in on this conversation. So for as long as I can remember, Junkanoo has always been a part of our community, our culture. So if you can share with the viewers and us, what is the ministry doing to preserve this culture or to invest in the future for Junkanoo?
Well, you know, as you might be aware now, Junkanoo is now belongs to the Bahamas. It's not just a festival that we have here. UNESCO has recognized it as belonging to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and we don't want to lose that. It belongs to us. So I really want to congratulate the Port Authority in terms of thinking about Junkanoo and involving Junkanoo in the 70th celebration. I can't think of a better way to celebrate 70 years and to pick what the Grand Bahama Port Authority has done in Grand Bahama over the past 70 years.
Right.
And I hope the Junkanoo groups and leaders are able to highlight some of the leaders that have headed the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where they go from the past right into the present and show some of those accomplishments for our children to be able to understand where the city of Freeport has come from, where it is today. And so our part is to make sure that we hold hands with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, this committee, to make sure that this is done. And we're trying to make sure persons understand we don't want Junkanoo just to be a one-day thing, and that's why you've seen such a big switch in the senior Junkanoo Parade from just being one night or one morning to where now it's a whole festival. So we start off with the parade, and then we go into a concert on the other day, and then they want to have a church service, and then all the roads lead to the east. So it's a festival kind of thing. And so great news for the Port Authority. They're basically kicking off the Junkanoo season.
That is awesome.
December is cultural month, and they're the first group out of the gate. Get us ready, get the people ready for what's going to come. And
so this is the warm-up.
Yeah.
This is the warm-up. Get excited about the warm-up. And I like what you mentioned about what is a great public-private partnership between the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and you also mentioned, you know, the way the Port Authority played a role over the last 70 years as it relates to that, and that's really, really important. And when we think about the corporate community and the public community and what private partnership truly means when it comes to culture, Dr. Smith, I have to segue to you because the Grand Bahama Port Authority does do work. A lot of times we may not hear about it or we may not know, but there's a lot of philanthropy in there. There's a lot of partnership in there. So tell us why it was important to be able to come on board and to work along with Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture in this regard.
Yeah, like Ms. Kabul would have said, what better way to celebrate the city of Freeport? When you think about Bahamian pride, you think about Junkanoo, and you think about culture. We all love competition. And so this was the best way we could have thought. And we always help the Junkanoo groups, and this is just another avenue for us to help them. So we still would support them with the New Year's Junkanoo Parade.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful.
So we're doing great things at the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
All the time.
All the time.
Tell them. Now, Ms. Kaboob, you know, I know we're going to have a fantastic and just a wonderfully amazing time on Saturday. I know everybody is going to be looking at this. I believe there's going to be, I'll spin a little bit of beans, a little bit of a newer setup, you know, doing some things differently to make it extra special. And I'm sure there's going to be some special guests that will be coming, so we're looking forward to that. But what do you hope? What is the main message, if you were to choose one, that persons should take away from this celebration on Saturday? It's not just Junkanoo. What is the key message here as it relates to this event?
I mean, I suppose there's so many messages, but certainly one that comes to mind, so just like that very quickly, is the message of, you know, we always stand together, always. You know, we had so many good times, obviously, but also some very bad times. You know, we had these terrible hurricanes, and we were just talking about sort of, Dr. Smith was just involved in a film about mental health after Dorian. So, you know, we've shared so much, and so much disaster where people lost everything, and you know, having lived through that with the community, supporting it, but seeing it, experiencing it, and sharing it with others, because obviously we all lost something during this traumatic sort of event. And then now it's the time to celebrate, and having this sort of incredible sort of feeling from turning from sharing sad things to sharing beautiful things, a celebration. I mean, it's just, I'm so looking forward to it. I can't wait. And I'll be out there talking to everyone, dancing with everyone, because I just, you know, because it is so special. You know, as I said, you know, we work with the Grand Bahama Disaster Relief Foundation. So, you know, when there's a big disaster, we're out there in the streets, meeting people, bringing water, bringing, you know, food and mattresses, furniture. So having something very, very different this time is going and seeing people, sharing people, dancing, laughing with children and granny and all the family there. You know, I think it's wonderful. I just can't wait.
Yes, I think it's going to be wonderful for sure.
Absolutely. And I really wish I was rushing for real.
I'm telling you, it's very contagious.
I think we need to let Claudine just put on a costume or just come in a t-shirt, Claudine. Just show up, get on the road, do exactly what you need to do. We'd be definitely pulling out our cameras for that.
I know. So back to you, Mr. Bean. So what impact do you are hoping for that this event will, how do you think it will impact our young people?
Well, I know we told the Junkanoo groups a certain amount of persons that they want, but I think that it's going to be a whole lot more than we expect because young people love Junkanoo. And we're doing everything in our power to make sure that that legacy stays alive. Right. And so I hope that the education of Junkanoo, where it comes from the message of Junkanoo, that this is carried on to the young people in our community, and that they get involved as well. And the groups would get them involved in what's happening here. And so how I expect it is to impact Junkanoo is to see a greater participation in the senior parade, but also a continuing education about what Junkanoo is all about with our young people. I want that to continue, and then it will lead to a bigger parade for us come January.
Right. Okay. So I know that they normally have Junior Junkanoo at some point in the year, but is the culture of Junkanoo actually infiltrated in the curriculum?
Yeah, yes. In fact, the ministry just launched Junkanoo into the school system, into its curriculum, so that young people would know you're not just building costume. There's a history behind what's actually happening here. So that's been built into the curriculum already.
Okay, that's amazing.
Okay, that's some good stuff. So definitely looking forward to the young people just kind of taking up the mantle of Junkanoo. And we want to see them on the road on Explorers Way on Saturday, especially the dancers. You know, they have more energy than all of us. So looking forward to seeing how that goes. Dr. Smith, let's talk a little bit about sponsors before we wrap up. We know that the Grand Bahama Port Authority obviously is a major sponsor helping this go. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is on board, but I'm sure that there are other partners that you would have worked with. Who are some of those? And we don't want to get in trouble. You know, sometimes if you miss someone out, oh goodness. But of course, can you highlight some of those sponsors? Because I believe it's really important to, you know, give them their shine, let them know we appreciate them, and, you know, we want the community to know what they would have done.
Yeah, we could not have done this alone. We want to give a huge shout out to the GB Shipyard, Kelly's, Bahamian Brewery, Bahamas Hot Mix, Sanitation. We just could not do it all alone. And we just want to thank our dedicated volunteers and, of course, our employees, because we have about 40% of our employees who will actually be working along and assisting in the parade. So we just want to thank everyone. It took a village, a community to put an event of this magnitude together.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to having a wonderful Saturday. We're going to share that flyer right on the screen so that you guys will be able to see all of the information about this week's Saturday. You want to be on Explorers Way. Now, if you want to rush, find a group. Get somebody. We're going to have Platinum Nights, New Generation, classic dancers, rockers, swingers. I mean, they're all going to be out there. So you know
fully regaled.
It's going, yes, you know it's going to be a good show.
Fully regaled.
And so make sure you come out early enough, get your seat. It is a free event, which is really good. So that means everyone from the community has an opportunity to be there. Come early, park, you know how parking goes, you gotta find.
There's some sitting, limited sitting, so for the elderly and some of the children. So you probably have to come early to make sure you get to the
definitely come early.
And then we're gonna have some vendors out there, an array of vendors, so they can try it all the Bahamian cuisine. So it's gonna be a very fun.
I'm hearing Junkanoo food, drinks, some seating. Come early. Make sure that you're in your seat so that you could be able to catch the show. 6 o'clock, we're gonna be ready. Of course, again, we're gonna share that information on the screen. And of course, you know, you can get the information on the social media pages for the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
And I have to include one of our first sponsors that came on board to kick this entire festivities off is Focal.
Focal, okay. Thank you so much, Focal, and to all of the sponsors for doing such a fantastic job.
Our sponsors will be us sponsoring the prizes. So the best banner, the best, the first prize, second prize, third prize, the best music, first, second, third prize, choreography. So you have sponsors who have taken up all this prize, who will be giving up those prizes. So those are us, the sponsors for the event, is actually the ones who's going to give the prizes to the groups. So that's why it was done this way, so that it adds an extra bit of competition, it gives that little extra kick of, because it's, yes, it's a community rush, but it's, Junkanoo is serious business.
Junkanoo is serious business. I think Ms. Kaboo said it best. So we're definitely looking forward to having you guys out there join us. Come and have some fun, man. This is a time for celebration. 70th anniversary of the city of Freeport. Come and celebrate Explorers Way. We're looking forward to seeing you there. We want to say thank you to our guests for this particular segment, but of course, so much more to come. We want to talk to these Junkanoo groups right now. Ms. Kaboo was already getting ready. She was in the shop last night. Now she has some things on here that she wants us to be able to take a look at. And of course, again, we're going to be talking with our Junkanoos in just a moment, so we'll be right back right after this.
Grand Bahama. Are you ready to rush? In celebration of 70 years of the city of Freeport, the Grand Bahama Port Authority presents the City Rush. Downtown Freeport comes alive on Saturday, October 11th at 6 p.m. sharp. Get ready for an explosion of culture, color, and music as the island's top Junkanoo groups take to the streets with electrifying energy. Best of all, it's free. What? That's right, it's free. Bring your family, bring your friends, and come to be a part of history as we celebrate our city's legacy together. Don't miss it. The City Rush, Saturday, October 11th, downtown Freeport at 6 p.m.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Hi everyone, welcome back. We are here on Focus Forward having a fantastic day, and of course we are talking about the 70th anniversary of the city of Freeport and Junkanoo. The City Rush is happening on Saturday of this week, and of course 6 o'clock. You want to be on Explorers Way. As a matter of fact, 5:30 you need to be out there so that you can get your parking space. You can go to the vendors, get some food, get some drinks, find a space to sit. Seating is limited, and make sure that you get settled for when the show starts.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a big deal. It's a big deal. You definitely want to be a part of it, and you do not want to miss it. If you miss it, you are going to miss a good thing. But of course, we could not have this show without talking to the organizers in the first segment, but now, right now, we talking to the real deal. We talking to the people that you do want to hear from as it relates to the show, and we want to have some insights. You know, what are some of the things that they would have been planning? What are they doing? You know, I want some healthy banter on the show. I just saying, you know, I like the back and forth. I heard a little bit at the press conference, you know, so I just want to see how they square up around the round table. So definitely looking forward to our conversation today. And of course, for the very first time, all of our guests, I'm very happy to have all of you guys. Mr. Anjan Amalie, who is the logistics coordinator at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. Welcome to Focus Forward.
Morning, thanks for having me here.
Certainly, certainly. And Mr. Amalie, we also want to say a special thank you to you for bringing us these wonderful pieces. All of the pieces we have on the table, all of our backdrops. Look at a Goombay punch in the back there.
Right?
Okay, then. Okay.
Beautiful.
All things Bahamian, very, very beautiful, creative, artistic, and we love it. And of course, we want to welcome to our roundtable again for the very first time, Mr. Langton Bain, who is the director of New Generation Junkanoo Group.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us, and we're looking forward to talking with you about what's going to be happening. Now, don't let our next guest, Mr. Thomas Curry, who is the leader and founder of Platinum Mites, intimidate you. I just can drop a little sauce in there. because I'm trying to get this little thing
fire,
going,
right?
get this going. So, Mr. Curry, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me to be here today. Yes.
We love having Junkanoo on the set. I think we need to do this more often.
Yes, yes, I'm loving it.
Yes. So, Mr. Amelie, if we can come over to you, let's talk a little bit about your role in Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture as a logistics coordinator. How is it that you do coordination between the ministry and the local groups when it comes to an event like this?
I've been asked to assist with the logistics for this parade because for the last several years, I've been responsible for the logistics for the main parade on New Year's Day. When I got the call and understood what was happening with the Port Authority, I was on board immediately because from the time I came to Grand Bahama, I've always known the Port Authority to be supportive in Junkanoo. So it was a good fit for me to be able to come and assist and also to pay respect and to say thank you to the Port Authority for all the support that they've been giving Junkanoo for as many years that I've been here in Grand Bahama. I came here in 1990 and from then to now, the Port Authority and Junkanoo has always been synonymous. So it's been a pleasure for me to come in to assist.
Okay, so what does it take, Ms. Amelie? Because I know you see it from top to bottom, start to finish. You see it after the show and over. What does it really take to get something like this going?
My role is, there's two phases we look at it. One is the setup, and then it's the actual event, and then it's phase two, which is the breakdown and cleanup. So persons always come to an event not knowing what all goes in and what it takes to actually put something together. So for Junkanoo, there's so much facets that have to come together. You have to have the infrastructure for your vendors. You have to have the infrastructure for the safety and security of the event. So you have to meet criteria for the police. You need to have things in place for the staging area for all of the various Junkanoo groups. Then you have to make sure the route is secured from outside or anything external. Sometimes persons get excited, they want to jump in the road, they want to participate, and sometimes it's not safe for them or the Junkanooers.
Oh, wow.
And that's something
how do you stop them? Do you use police? Do you have other people around? You'll need someone for Claudine on Saturday.
We have to ensure that the route is properly secured. It's barricaded from the beginning to the end to ensure that no one interferes with the Junkanoo participants. I'll tell you a story. Some years ago, I was fortunate to travel with a contingent to Florida to represent the country. That was something sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism. And in the excitement, persons were literally climbing on our backs. They were grabbing the costumes and they were just trying to secure a souvenir. Wow. I had a hat on and it had a strap. And someone from behind me pulled the hat from the top, but the strap was around my neck.
Oh my goodness.
So it was a struggle because I couldn't breathe. The strap was choking me. So, you know, we have to ensure that Junkanoos are protected as well as the fans and spectators. So it's challenging, but it's also fun because at the end of the day, the enjoyment for me is to see the expression from the crowd of what they see from the Junkanoos, and then also the comfort and the presentation that the Junkanoos present to the fans. So I get a joy from seeing that.
And you get to see both sides.
I get to see both sides. Yes.
Everything that happens, and that's wonderful. And I like how you talked about the safety factor, things that go into it. So of course, everyone knows that there's a high standard as it relates to Bahamian Junkanoo when you come and you're a part of the experience. And persons like yourself help to make that happen. So we really, really appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not a
So
problem.
we can move right over to Mr. Langton Bain. Welcome again.
Thank you.
I know this is your first time here, but tell us, you know you're representing the new generation. What does participating in this parade mean to you and, of course, new generation?
Well, first, I'd like to say it's a pleasure to be on the show and represent my group, New Generation. Like I'd say, I invite everybody out. It's going to be a very good turnout. I'd like to question myself, I don't know why the other groups come in if New Generation.
Okay. I hope you heard that,
But
Mr. Curry.
I like to say, I welcome everybody. It's going to be a good it's going to be a good showing. A very good showing.
Okay, so tell us a little bit, and I know you don't want to spill too much of the beans, But tell us a little bit about what inspired some of the pieces that we're going to see coming on the road on Saturday.
Well, like they say, happy birthday, Grand Bahama Port Authority. And we like to see, as you see in the parts, is showing over the 70 years they've been connected with Grand Bahama and Freeport, showing all the wonderful stuff like the bazaar and also the railroads and everything that was displayed through Grand Bahama over the years.
Okay, so we're going to be able to have a historical view and probably, hopefully, a little bit of a modern view as well. So we'll see how that goes. And we're looking forward to seeing New Generation. You're going to have some dancers out there, the cowbellers, the full gamut. You coming ready?
And the best music.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Curry. Mr. Bain is coming for you, Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry, tell us a little bit about what can we expect from Platinum Nights on Saturday?
Well, first of all, the name speaks for itself, Platinum Nights.
All right.
You know, I love the confidence that the other groups have. But you know, when you hear Platinum Nights is coming, you always could expect the unexpected. And what a better way to start the Junkanoo season off to just celebrate with the Port Authority 70th anniversary. So the Platinum Nights is coming to party. That's all I'm going to say. We're coming to party with the Port Authority. So if you want to join in with us, anyone, they're free to come in, join in with us, and we're going to have a good time. But it's a privilege and an honor. And you know, y'all gave me an idea for my 70th birthday. I want the whole of Grand Bahama to party with me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, bring Platinum Nights behind you. They'll be right there.
Yes, most certainly they're going to be there. But you know, I know, like I say, it's the start of the Junkanoo season. We appreciate the Port Authority coming to us to kick off the Junkanoo season. Everything that you do for us for the past couple. How much years? About 50 years?
Long time.
You know, the Port Authority had our backs for years, the best way they can, and we know the best is yet to come. So I know on Saturday the groups are going to put their best foot forward. You're going to see a lot of dancing, a lot of music, some nice banners, and then I want you guys to decide. Like I say, it's the start of the Junkanoo season. My brother, you have good confidence, man. I'm glad you guys have that confidence.
Now, we haven't heard, I know in the press conference we heard from Swingers and we heard from Superstar Rockers. Now we have Platinum Nights, a new generation. Classic dancers hiding. Where's classic dancers? I know they ain't hiding because they can be out strong on Saturday.
I think the pressure's on.
The pressure's on. I think.
Guys are gonna win, you know.
I think they're getting ready for you. They can't spill the beans. They can't put it out there. But I'm certain there's going to be a strong showing, and we're definitely going to see how that's going to go.
For the past decade, you know, Platinum Nights was putting pressure on the guys heavily. So I'm sure they're doing their thing, you know, and maybe they can shine a little close to us, but we're coming to take the show as normal, as always.
Okay.
You know, we're going at the gate first or third, right? Yes. Oh, so you got to be there seated to see the Platinum Nights, you know?
Okay. So I have one more question. Sorry, Claudine, because I have to ask this one. Just again, an understanding. We heard in the first segment about the support that you normally get, the Junkanooers, through Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and that sort of thing, support from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. What does that really mean to your groups when it comes to celebrating culture in this way regularly?
Well, I'm going to say this, and this is from the heart. If it wasn't for the Port Authority and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture to put their foot forward to help us in a small way, we would not have Junkanoo. Trust me when I tell you that. See, I feel something like this, all companies that are celebrating and doing this should involve Junkanoo. Why not a better way than to have Junkanoo to a celebration? You know, and the Junkanoo groups here, you know, we really control and keep a lot of people off the streets. A lot of people going, and that called for a lot of funding. And we would love for corporate Grand Bahama to be like you guys and really support in a good way that they can, because without you guys, we cannot make a parade. You know, we're there doing the hard work and the sharks and bringing culture to the streets. But without that funding and support, we are nothing without you guys. You know, so we thank you guys for always being there every year.
Mr. Bain, I don't know if you want to add anything to that. Same question to you. You know, what does it mean to be able to be supported by the Port Authority and Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture as it relates to your appearances at Junkanoo parades?
Well, like I said, it's been a passion for most Bahamians over the years as this culture has grown over the years, especially Port Authority coming every year to make sure finance the groups to make sure do that final push for the parade. So I'd like to say just the culture and the passion keep on moving on.
Yes.
All right. So,
Wonderful.
John, I know you spoke earlier about being the logistics leader. You're responsible for the beginning, the event, and afterwards. Are you actually going to be on the street challenging
Challenging
a
from
new
which
generation? Are you actually going to be on the street? Can we expect to see you fully regaled on the street, Explorers Week this Saturday?
I sit in a unique position in that I'm able to watch each and every group and appreciate each and every group as they go down the boulevard. I can also sit back and say that I'm really proud of the direction Junkanoo and Grandmama is going. I can see the improvements in all of the groups year over year. I can say that for many years, Platinum Nights has set the standard. They've raised the bar, and in order for any of the other groups to compete, they had to step up, and that was as a result of the continuous efforts by the Platinum Nights. I can also say that I stood back for the last 3 or 4 years, and I've watched the growth of the new generation group, and they are predominantly young persons. And to see young persons organize themselves the way in which the new generation has done, it shows that Junkanoo is heading in the right direction. So for me, being on the outside looking in, I still look at those groups proudly to say, look at where we were, look at where we are, and look at where we're heading. So for me, to see, again, the support from the Port Authority and also the support now from our community, because we do what we do for the loved one and also to expose our culture to our community, and to see the community now being more involved and more appreciative of what we do, that's really a sense of gratitude. So I can say that all of the groups, even the ones that are not here, they're really appreciative of this opportunity by the Port Authority, by the consistent support from the Port Authority, and that's why all of the groups are coming out full force to give the Port Authority a really, really good showing, which I'm sure the community at large will really appreciate. So please, come out on Saturday. It's going to be a good time. It's the start of the Junkanoo season. These groups are anxious to get on the street. They're anxious to parade. They're anxious to express the history of Junkanoo through their own eyes. So it's really going to be a good show. I can't wait.
Yes, I think
like
all of us are just overly excited about October 11th. I don't think I've said it any time during the show, and you may have seen it on the flyers, but October 11th, Saturday, October 11th, 6 o'clock, make sure that you are downtown at Explorers Way. We want to thank all of you for joining us in this segment. Very exciting stuff. I know that you guys are working hard in the shops. You know, Platinum Nights promised me one costume about 2 years ago. I haven't seen it.
Nothing before it's time. Nothing before
Good things
it's
come
time.
to those that wait, right?
Great things come to those who wait.
Well, I'm waiting patiently. I'm waiting patiently.
Yeah.
But certainly very exciting, and we're so happy again. Thank you so much for the costumes and for our backdrop today.
Beautiful.
Bringing Junkanoo to life in this room. We also want to say a special thank you to Mosaic. Mosaic is housing our show today, and we're so excited. Make sure to come and visit them down on East Sunrise Highway so that you can see all of the wonderful art that's here in the gallery. And of course, from time to time, they have events as well, so make sure you follow them on social media. Listen, just before we go out, I know my director is going to say, Glenda, you're cut, but before we go, one more time, coming from New Generation, what do you want the people to know about what's going to be on those roads, on the road on Saturday?
You can expect the best music, and you can expect the history of Port Authority over the last couple of years.
Okay.
There you have it.
There you have it, Mr. Curry.
We're coming to party. We're coming to have a good time. Yes, no, we're coming to party.
Okay.
Platinum.
All right, Platinum. And who is going to be first out, Mr. Amelie?
The first scheduled group to hit the boulevard is the Platinum Nights, followed by the Superstar Rockers, Classic Dancers, New Generation, then Swingers.
All right. All right. So we're going to see how it goes. Starting with Platinum and ending with Swingers. That's a good lineup. So we're looking forward to that happening.
You're going to be with the Platinum Nights and the Sun. You're going to be one of the groups out first, yes? Okay. There you go.
All right.
Lead dancer.
Claudine is going to be the lead dancer of Platinum Nights. That's what they're telling me over here. Oh, my goodness. That's all I can say. But we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on Saturday. And we want to see you. Make sure you are out there. But listen, the show has not ended. We still have so much more. Yes. We have another event that's happening within the city of Freeport as well. And we want to make sure that we get all of the young people involved. Yes. So even though you're going to be on the road on Saturday night, you have some other things that you need to do as well. Freeport is alive, guys. Let me tell you, if you are watching from Nassau, Trinidad, Jamaica, wherever you are watching us from, make sure you tell somebody to tell somebody everything is happening in Freeport. On October 11, catch a flight, come on down, and we will be waiting to see you. So we have so much more to come. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Welcome to Kay's Sweet Desire, where the name says it all. Here at Kay's Sweet Desire, we offer a wide selection of perfumes, handbags. We also have sandals for your everyday footwear. At Kay's Sweet Desire, you can literally customize your own basket. Mother's Day, Father's Day, we even do Valentine is our biggest time. Valentine, where all the lovers, we do 5 feet, 6 feet teddy bears. I also do arrangements of roses. We have roses, I do delivery. Listen, we do helium balloons, whether it's for birthdays, whether it's for prom, whether it's just you having a party. Come on down to Kay's Sweet Desire. We have a little of everything to offer. We're located at the Raven Mall, 3rd store on the left. Our phone number here at Kay's is 810-6931. Remember, stop at Kay's. You won't be disappointed.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Hi everyone, we are here on Focus Forward. I mean, we just had such a wonderful day. So much to talk about with the events happening this weekend. And of course, we talked about the Saturday, October 11th. So there's going to be the City Rush.
Right. So that's the grand event, but there are several events leading up to that grand event.
So lots happening here within the city of Freeport. I am told on Friday there's going to be a huge event happening in the Port Lacaya Marketplace. Compliments of Bahamas Faith Ministries International, but I'm thinking that the entire community can come out.
Absolutely.
Everyone. So if you're watching, make sure, if you are not on the island of Grand Bahama, make sure you catch a flight, come down, plan for the entire weekend.
Yes.
Because a whole lot is going to be going on right here, right in the city.
Right in the city of Freeport.
So we are looking forward to it and so excited right now to be able to welcome to our Focus Forward, not for the first time, to our round table.
She's been here before.
But certainly for the second time and the greatest time, I will call it, Mrs. Betty Bethel Moss. She is the diplomat at Bahamas Faith Ministries International, and she is here to talk about Youth Alive.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back, and I love being called a diplomat. Thank you.
That's what they told me. They told me she runs everything. So we're going to follow instructions, and we're going with that. And, of course, we want to welcome Mr. Chadre Rose, who is a member of the Youth Alive Committee. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
It's so wonderful to see that we have a youth around the table.
Yes.
I don't think, have we ever? I don't think we've ever had a young person around the table with us. You just made history. Yes. You're making history while we're doing some more historical things for the 70th anniversary. So we will definitely remember Mr. Chadre Rose for being our first youth on the show. Now, we want to talk a little bit about Bahamas Faith Ministries, just to add some context to what's going on. And then, of course, we want to talk about this wonderful event.
Yes, yes. So I know that the month of October is celebrated as Youth Month, and it's so awesome because The youth are the future of the nation. So to be able to pause and recognize their milestones, their achievements, is nothing short of amazing. I know that there's an event, several events, as a matter of fact, that's coming up, and you're going to tell us all about it. Tell the community what is going on.
Well, I'll lay the groundwork for Chaudray. Of course, Youth Alive is a premier youth conference that has been put on by Bahamas Faith Ministry for decades. And it so happens it coordinates or coincides with Youth Empowerment Month. So Youth Alive was founded by Dr. Miles Monroe and Dr. Dave Burrows of Bahamas Faith Ministries in Nassau.
Okay.
And it has, as I've said, been a premier conference for youth from that time, and it has transformed thousands of lives of youth, helping them to discover their vision, their purpose, and of course, encouraging them to be leaders. And I always like to remind everyone that, you know, our mantra is transforming followers into leaders, and leaders into agents of change, as you can see here, change agent.
Nice.
So here we are today, decades later. Youth Alive is under the leadership now of Dr. Raymond Eneas and Pastor Brooke Eneas, who are our local pastors here at the Freeport campus. And we're just very excited that the legacy continues. And not only does it continue, but it's in collaboration with the community, because we're all about, obviously, uplifting the community. So there are many members that we're collaborating with to help bring this conference to fruition. And they include the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the Port Lucaya Association, Marketplace Association, Invest Grand Bahama, Seed, and Candy Captain's Popcorn Factory.
Okay.
Now, Seed is one of our first partners to kick off the conference on Saturday morning.
Okay.
So they will come with breakfast. So they'll be feeding the minds, the bodies, the souls, and the spirits. And they will also be teaching youth about financial empowerment, AI tools, and just equipping our youth with everything that they need to be successful leaders in the very near future. So we're very excited about that. So now, yes, you've just come off of your exciting news about Junkanoo, and you're saying, so how are we going to do all of this? Well, it's wonderful to have so many opportunities happening on the weekend. And so you come and you get fed on Saturday morning. You can join us for our wonderful beach activities, and then you can go and rush on Saturday evening.
Yes.
So, you know, what an amazing, fun-filled day.
Absolutely.
But pretty much that's the background. It's all about empowerment and purpose, collaboration and partnership. It's about youth ownership and them having a voice. And then most importantly, impact and sustainability, because once you pour into the youth, it's not just about a one-off. This is a sustainable impact that we expect them to take globally and not just keep here in the country. We are preparing global leaders. So having said that, I would like to turn it over to Chaudray, who is actually the youth who is responsible for coordinating this amazing weekend of Youth Alive activities.
Wow.
Chaudray.
Now, it's a big deal, Chaudray, to be, you know, one of the coordinators for this particular event. This is huge. So tell us a little bit about the event itself. What can persons expect when they come out?
Well, I know for sure for the youths, you can expect some cash giveaways.
All right.
Cell phone giveaways, right? iPods, headphones, hoodies. A lot of giveaways are gonna happen.
Okay, so they're not going to walk away empty-handed, certainly. And of course, on the Friday, so there's going to be entertainment, that sort of thing as well?
So we're gonna have praise and worship, and then we have a lot of artists, rappers, coming out.
Okay, so this is Port Lucaya Marketplace in the square. So is it a free event? Any charge connected?
There's no charges at all. Everything is free, completely free.
Okay, so Port Lucaya Marketplace, what time does it start?
It starts at 6:30.
6:30.
Okay, so 6:30 in the evening, that's a good time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too hard. The sun is getting ready to set just a little bit. I can see what y'all trying to do with the ambiance there.
Absolutely.
Right? And of course, you have the entertainment that's going to happen. Rappers, I know the young people are into rap.
Of course.
You know, I used to be, and then now I start to realize you just don't know what they're saying sometimes. You know, you want to connect with the message, but I can imagine that those that will be performing are going to be some really, really good performers.
Right.
And I like that you talked about starting with praise and worship.
Yes.
How important do you think it is, because this is a Youth Alive event, how important do you think it is to start an event like that with praise and worship? What can that do for the people that are present at that time?
Well, to start, I feel like it's very important. Actually, this year, I talked to our pastors and I asked them if it was possible for the youths to lead praise and worship, so that for the other teens around, that they don't just see adults there, that they see that youths too can lead it. So I talked to them and they said, okay, great, they loved the idea. And I feel like it's just gonna show them that it's more than just rapping. Like, praise and worship really feeds the soul. It uplifts my mind. It makes me feel like I'm going to another place. Yeah.
Okay, and I love that. You don't hear that from young people these days.
Exactly.
You know, and it's really important. And you take my mind back to some events that my church used to have many decades ago. We used to call it Jesus in the Park, and it used to be in the Garden Villas area. And we did something similar. Praise and worship was led by the young people at that time. And I know at that time, when I was much, much younger, it did mean something. It did mean something, not only to us that were participating, but those that were in the audience. And seeing your peers engaging in that way is really, really important. How do you think the young people attending this event will feel post-event? What are you hoping to achieve at the event?
Well, we're hoping to achieve to give the young people a chance to get to know God, to grow their relationship with Him, and to understand Him and His Word better.
Okay.
And this really does your heart good when you look around in our community and you see how so many of our young people have gone astray. Certainly, this is proof that all is not lost.
Right.
So we certainly congratulate you. We're so proud of you to see that you've taken a stand and you're not just, as they say, gatekeeping, but you're willing to share your faith with so many others. So that's very, it indeed is. It's encouraging.
And I also want to highlight the fact that I see the Port Lacaya Marketplace Association as a part of this. And I think as a sponsor or a partner in something like this is really, really important. You know, we talk about Port Lacaya Marketplace and we talk about trying to, you know, kind of push the crowds and to get people there. But what better event to go to,
there you go,
you know, in the Port Lacaya Marketplace than something like this. It is a safe environment.
Absolutely.
Lots of food, lots of drinks. Candy Captain's coming out with my favorite popcorn. You know, I love my Chicago mix. But of course, you know, it's really the place to be, certainly on the Friday, because you want to be able to have a wonderful time at this particular event.
And I'm sorry, I just
Go
want
ahead.
to say that it also speaks to community.
Yes.
It takes the community to help raise our kids. It's not just the parents, it's everyone involved. And I think it's wonderful that the community of Port Lacaya has embraced this opportunity, not just to enhance and promote the marketplace, but also to embrace these young leaders and to help us to direct them and help them to establish their purpose.
Absolutely, in such a healthy way. And you know, I'm just gonna say, if you have an event for young people and you're willing to do something of this level, Port Lacaya Marketplace is a great place to do it.
Absolutely.
It's a great place to do it.
There's always been a staple in the community. I remember as a little girl going to Port Lacaya Marketplace and enjoying the festivities in the square. And now my kids are at that age, well, they don't ask me anymore. They'll be like, Mommy, I go to Port Lacaya. But it's survived a lot of times, a lot of difficult times in our economy, but it is still a staple, and it is one of the best places to hang out. It's a family-orientated. They have great food, drinks.
Yes.
They have great, you know, entertainment, and I'm interested to know exactly who these persons are going to be rapping, because I'm sure viewers want to know.
Who are these rappers? We may not know them, but somebody watching might. Who are the rappers?
So we have Double Six.
Double Six.
We have Ja Rule, I believe it is. We have Caden Jordan from, I believe he's from the States. We have MC Martin. We also have Stacey King, Simeon Naughton.
All right.
Mighty Mouth.
Okay.
And Julian McKenzie.
So Mighty Mouth been around for a long time.
So how come y'all did not speak?
Okay. All right. So such a wonderful lineup. You know, it's refreshing to see a flyer that has gospel artists on it, and lots of really good ones, and international artists as well.
Yes. Right. But I'm talented. I'm talented.
I don't want you, Claudine.
I can hold a tone.
Don't believe that. But yeah, so this is going to be happening October 10th, 6:30 p.m. A live concert at the Port Lacaya Marketplace. Bahamas Faith Ministries. Oh my goodness, you guys are doing such a huge thing here in Grand Bahama, and it's definitely needed. Try not to do it just once a year. Do it twice a year. Y'all, we all could do that. Y'all could make it happen. But so there's the Friday night event, and then of course let's talk about Saturday. Saturday again as we begin to recap. So there's a beach activity and seed and.
Yeah, Saturday starts off with in-house training and worship and mentoring, and Seed is one of the sponsors who will be featured on Saturday morning. They actually kick us off. As I said, they will be serving breakfast, so they'll be feeding more than just our physical bodies, but also our mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. They'll also be feeding those and just pouring into the young ones. They'll be focused on skills, entrepreneurship, education, and development. And they just aim to leave youth equipped beyond the weekend, not just during the sessions, but when they leave, they will leave them with some tangible tools and skills that they can reflect and pull back on in the future.
Okay, sounds great. Well, sounds like a wonderful time. So Freeport, you know what's happening coming this weekend, October 10th, of course. That's the Friday. That's where we're going to have the Bahamas Faith Ministries concert. Grand concert in the Port Lacaya Marketplace. It's going to be Youth Alive. Yes. This is an opportunity to bring all of your children, bring the family out so that everybody can come out and just have such a wonderful time. And of course, on the Saturday, you want to be, can persons register for Seed? Can they show up? What does that look like?
Persons can register, and they can show up as well. It's always good to have registration so that we can be prepared, but regardless, we'll be prepared for everyone.
And that's going to be is that going to be at the church? Or?
Yes, it's going to be at the sanctuary in Seahorse Plaza, right next door to the food stores where we're located. And our doors will be open to welcome anyone to come in and participate.
Okay, sounds good. Before we wrap up, Mr. Rose Chaudhry, just give us some final thoughts. Give me your best 20-second commercial for the young person that's watching right now. What would you tell them to get them to come out there on Friday night to be able to join you guys?
Well, I would say that it's life-changing. Don't take the chance for granted. God has really done a lot in my life. He's changed me for the better. My relationship with him has grown from events like this. And it's an opportunity that they should take.
Okay.
And it's free.
Wow. And it's free. Can't beat that, right? Alex would have loved that. Free days. Free days. So definitely, guys, we want to encourage you again. This is going to be a wonderful weekend coming up. Be a part of the Bahamas Faith Ministries Youth Alive event that's happening on the Friday. If you're interested in Seed and the programs that they're having on the Saturday, and also the beach picnic happening Saturday afternoon, you can make sure, just contact them so that you can be a part of all of what's going on. They are located right next door to the Solomon's Food Store in the Seahorse Plaza on Seahorse Road. And of course, we want to remind you about the 70th anniversary City Rush John Canoe event that's happening on Saturday as well. So once you've spent all of your time with Bahamas Faith Ministries, you have an opportunity to come out to the John Canoe show Saturday evening, 6 o'clock on Explorers Way. We want to be able to see you guys enjoying yourself the entire weekend. And of course, Claudine, they said in the last segment, is going to be leading the Platinum Nights. Oh,
lead
Lord.
dancer. Exactly.
Pull out your cameras, guys. Make sure I'll make a video and reminder about that a little bit later. But we're going to be looking forward to what's going to be happening on the Saturday. We want to thank all of our guests for joining us today. Certainly Bahamas Faith Ministries, Mrs. Moss, Mr. Rose. Of course, we want to say thank you to the Junkanooers that would have joined us, Mr. Anjon Amelie, who supported us with these wonderful pieces that we have in the back here. And of course, Mr. And on the table, Mr. Curry that joined us from Platinum Nights, Mr. Bain that joined us from New Generation. Of course, Dr. Smith from the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ms. Kaboob from the 70th Anniversary Committee, and Mr. Norris Bain from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. We really appreciate everything that you guys continue to do for us to make Freeport such a live city. Listen, make sure you watch us, follow our social media pages so that you can get all of the information and know where you can find Focus Forward and share it with somebody. Make sure they know that this is where you come to get the information you need about what's happening here in the city of Freeport. Until next time, I'm Glendia Sweeting.
I'm Claudine Pinder.
And we're informing you on the positive things that happen when you focus forward.
You've been listening to Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. Like us on Facebook at Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau to stay updated. And drop a business card at the Grand Bahama Port Authority receptionist desk to have your business featured on our show. Tune in next Thursday,
same time,
same place, for Focus Forward.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some logs here.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys' waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been jonesing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work.